Oh, hello, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. Salutations to you brothers in the highways and byways. Salutations also goes out to you brothers and few sisters that tune in to listen and learn. I'm the brother Malak from the Diligent Soldier Camp here in Boston, Mass. And as always, I pray this lesson be edifying to the elect. All right, the name of this one is going to be Brain Tech News. All right, Brain Technology News. Okay, I got an article here, but before I get to into the article, I want to point out real quick the company's name that I'm going to be speaking on, by the name of Eon Systems. All right, a tiny top starter company, so no surprise there. Eon, as we know, going into age or time, right? Ironic though, man, because these devils' age of rulership is coming to an end. You know what I mean? So I find this article, plus the name of that company to be very spiritual in itself, man. Obviously, us in the know, or the ones that, those of us that call ourselves the hopeful elect, we're going to be hip to these things, man. So when we see these and we read these articles or watch these lessons going into these type of subjects, and key words are brought up and defined, we know, we're assured, man, through the spirit, man, that we're in the right track, man, that the Lord is, how do I put it, man, basically confirming to us that everything that we know, believe, and teach is of the truth, man, and nothing but the truth, man. All right, so before getting into this article, I want to bring out the book of 2nd Esdras, all right, 6 and 9, basically to prove, the comment I made, man, because these devils' age of rulership is definitely coming to an end. This is 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." Man, even though it says world there, don't let it trip you up, man. All right. It's a lot of this is old English terminology, okay, and if you know Old English, you'll know that word world, especially in the scriptures, written, the Bible written in Hebrew, and in the Greek, the word world comes out multiple times. But when you read it, you read it in the English. When you go into the word, depending if you're in the Old and New Testament, the word world will have a different, not only a different word, but also a different meaning. Okay, you have like the world of John 3:16. You have, what is it? Things James 1 speaks about the world. These another scripture, I forget exactly where, but I'll quote the Lord saying that He prays not for the world, but for those that the Lord gave Him, those that the Father gave Him. Okay, so you got the world of baseball, you got the world of boxing, you got SeaWorld, as the brother Lahab likes to always point out, which is 100% true. You know what I mean? Right now, I compared to the United States, Iran is a whole nother world. Okay, so you can't let these words trip you up. All right, but 2nd Ezra 6 and 9 is clear, man, because the scriptures clearly tell you that the earth abideth forever. Generations come and go, but the earth abideth forever, man. Okay, so obviously this is not talking about the planet in itself, breaking up and dying and burning off like Esau likes to put it, or lie about it, man. Makes sense though that he'll lie about it because why would the way he administers the world, this rulership, why would the world or his rulership keep going? All right, but anyways, just to stick to the topic, just wanted to bring out that scripture real quick to prove that. But this is by the People's Voice. Scientists announce first ever virtual brain upload. Okay, this was fact checked by the People's Voice community, dated March 10, 2026. Right, by Niam Harris. All right, it goes on to saying a startup in Silicon Valley has announced what it describes as the first multi-behavior brain upload. All right, it says a complete digital copy of a fruit fly's brain was uploaded to a simulated environment and has been observed controlling a virtual body while exhibiting natural behaviors. The achievement, which was unveiled last week by Eon Systems, represents a significant leap beyond conventional artificial intelligence systems. All right, it says the journey from fruit flies to human minds may seem long and uncertain, but the first step towards virtual brain uploading has now been taken, because these devils are up there, man. The scriptures speak about how their hearts are deep, man. You know what I'm saying? And then they're wiser than Daniel. These demons, man, they go all out, man, down to mapping the nervous system of different creatures, man, including, ours, so-called humans, right? It says the journey from fruit flies to human minds may seem long and uncertain, but the first step toward virtual brain uploading has now been taken. RT reports, unlike AI systems that learn behaviors through training, the virtual fly's action, which includes walking, grooming, and foraging entirely on its own, emerged from a neuron by neuron copy of a real biological brain. So they just photocopied this man, or this fruit fly, in other words. Not photocopy, but, as it says here, neuron by neuron copy of a real biological brain, man. All right, they are able to do that. They got that technology, man. This is not animation. It is not a reinforcement learning policy mimicking biology. Eon co-founder Dr. Alex Wisner Gross said in a social media post announcing the breakthrough. It's a copy of a biological brain, wired neuron to neuron for electron microscopy data, running in simulations, making a body move. Okay? And if you quote the names, man, these are all small hats, man. And this type of technology that they're going into makes perfect sense, man. Because this man is a carnal man. There's nothing spiritual about Esau, man. Starting with these Amalekites, man, of the top tribe of the Edomites. It says to continue reading. Let me see, because I was gonna cut and go straight to the point. Okay, right here. Eon CEO Michael Andreg said the uploaded fly achieves 91% behavioral accuracy using only the connectums wiring. The connectums goes into basically the wiring, you know what I mean, of the fly, the fruit fly that they're dealing with, man. Eon CEO Michael Andreg said the uploaded fly achieves 91% behavioral accuracy using only the connectums wiring, Salakia, simple neuron models, and no hand tuning, no additional learning algorithm. So it's pretty simple. The type of technology they got could tap into just basically uploading whatever it is that they connected to. Okay? It says the Eon team, the Age team, is now gathering data to attempt a complete mouse brain emulation. Roughly 70 million neurons, 560 times the fly's scale. Beyond that, the team ultimately aims to attempt an entire human brain upload. All right, we know that these demons have they've been doing this. They already been done this, man. You know what I mean? That's classified information, though. You know what I mean? And they basically share that only with the government entities that hire them. These are all hirelings, man. All right. Wisner Gross, you already know, Tiny Hat. He's quoted by saying, "The ghost is no longer in the machine is becoming the ghost." All right. So, these devils, man, this type of technology makes perfect sense that they would be coming up with it, man, because, the Lord is not in their thoughts, man. The scriptures tell you that the Lord is never in their thoughts, man, and the pride that these devils have within themselves, man, have led them to go into this journey, man, of brain hipping people, or having that technology to help and control the people, because this is what they're trying to say, or the way they're painting it is as if they want to do something good for humanity. The scriptures clearly tell you that if they do good, they do it unwillingly. All right, so if he's doing it, it's because he has a sinister plan to it, man, as they always do. Well, and that's with 100% accuracy. Okay, that's what these devils. That's how these devils get down, man. All right, but we're in the know, because we're dealing with the Rakakwadash, man. So 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant of anything that this man has to offer, or sugarcoats and puts out there in the limelight for all to see, because we have the spirit, man, the Ruach Kodash, to basically give us the eye salve, the knowing and understanding of what we're seeing, what's being said, what's being presented to Jake, man. Okay? Or because 2/3 of our people, they see this, they read this article. They don't even read the article, but the ones that do read it and think of it as some type of breakthrough. It is a breakthrough for Esau, but at the same time it really isn't, because clearly the scriptures tell you that the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Lord. So all this is a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of bird shit. In other words, is how the Lord looks at this devil's technology, man. Which is why we shouldn't be worrying about, the future of, as far as what this devil is planning to do to certain men. Because at the end of the day, the Lord is gonna not only protect his elect, but he's gonna show them that he's protecting them, man. By working works, what I'm saying, that if it was told to us, we wouldn't believe it, as the scriptures say, man. Okay? This is the book of Isaiah 14:13. It says, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into the heavens." This is this man's mind. Okay? All of them collectively, but the top tribe, man, Amalek. Okay? "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north." Verse 14 says, "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High," man. All right? Because they want to be like the Lord. As a matter of fact, it says here, be like the Most High, but they want to surpass the Lord. Because if this devil knew that there was a chance that they can develop some type of weapon that could basically inflict some type of damage to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh, these devils will aim that full force at the Lord, man. All right, so these devils are deceived in their own mind, man. Okay, they thought that the Lord was with them. They thought that the Lord was basically basically a part of them. They believe all the blasphemy of their lies about painting the Lord so-called white. The angels so-called white, and even the people, right? The chosen, the elect, man. So this devil, man, he got a lot to pay for, man. But at the same time, man, he's been given a time to rule, and not only that, to deceive, man. To deceive. Before I got into the truth, I always heard that one saying that the biggest trick that the devil ever played was, or ever played on the world, was pretending that he didn't exist, something like that. And truly indeed, man, that's a fact, man. Truly indeed, man, because our people can't. I heard a Jake say one time, man, if Esau's not in the kingdom, that he don't want to be in there. You know what I'm saying? Because he was worried about order and shit. You know what I'm saying? I heard another one say some wild shit too. I can't remember word for word what he said, but our people, man, suffer from the worst, most intense kind of Stockholm syndrome, ever, ever in existence, ever in I don't even know the freaking word to use for that, man. But our people's cooked, man. Our people cooked, and it's all because of this, what this devil has been doing this whole time, man. As far as calling good evil, calling evil good. You know what I'm saying? Flipping everything upside down, man. This is what this devil has done. He's done flipped the whole truth upside down, and then scrambled it all up. So now you don't know which way is up. And this is their motto. You know what I'm saying? Their intelligence agency is their motto is you will do war by deception. Their book, the Talmud book, all it does is talk about deceiving, the goyim, the basically the animals, everybody else that's not them. That you could deceive them, you could lie to them, you could trick them. That's all this devil does. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how? If this is their book, how the fuck do people still think that this man is still this man is good, man, when he's totally contrary, adverse is the best word, adverse to the Lord, man. And that word adverse is the direct meaning of the word Satan. Adversary, man. But hey, we know that the Lord has some awoken to this, and some just still sleeping, man. I'll leave you with this last scripture, is the book of Revelations 13 and 16, because this is what this devil is propping himself up to do, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is going to happen pretty soon, man. In the next, it could be anywhere from a few days to a few weeks to a month or two or a few months from now, man. But we see it happening. We see it happening. Just how it's clear to see that World War III is going to most definitely break out without a shadow of a doubt. But we know that this, what I'm about to get into, is coming up before that, man. So we got to stay in our watch. Here's the book of Revelations 13 and 16. It says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." So, I had to pause that real quick because my son was running down the stairs crying. So yeah, we just read 16 and 17 goes. 17 says, "And no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast and the number of his name." All right, so this is what, as I said earlier, this is what these devils are propping up to push out, man. Okay, this is why you have all these different companies like in this race to perfect this technology, man, because they need this technology to be able to control the masses, man. Whatever masses are left after they do after the Lord does all this killing, man, using his sword, his whipping stick, man. All right, which is Esau, man. So we got to stay in our watch. We got to keep watching and praying, okay, because there's always news basically going out on anything that has to do with the C hit, man, the MO to the TB, man. We have to stay on watch with this, man, because this is what these devils are doing right now. All right, while all this chaos is going on, these people have all their think tanks and companies doing these demons are working, man. These devils are working, so we can't take no days off, man. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. I had a really rough week this past week, but I really can't even I'm not even looking at that as an excuse, man. You know what I'm saying? But Lord's will, I'll pick it up this weekend and this week coming up. All right, but we got to be on already, man. We got to be on already, always being up to date with what's going on, because these devils are sugarcoating these things, man. They're gonna sugarcoat this gun while they pointing it right to your head, man. In other words, basically. But hey, man, at the end of the day, I pray that this lesson was edifying. I pray that the point got across, man. These devils are working. They're developing their technology. You know what I'm saying, to basically make all humanity enslaved to them, whatever humans are left, you know what I'm saying, to them, man. But this is why the Lord is working, man, and shortening these days. So again, I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all honors and praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Double honors to the apostles again. Salutations to you brothers out there in the highways and byways. Salutations also goes out to you brothers and few sisters that tune in to listen and learn, man. The rest of the hopeful elect. To you all I say shalom, Ababa Bor, and Kwam Yasharallah. Shalom.